What is up, guys? In today's video, we have an Inside the Mind sub video where I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, comment down below what you think of this week's update, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it's Evolved Jake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So I very much like this week's update. We have had a few days to play with it now. I think it's very good, and I think it's probably one of the best updates, maybe the best update ever that we've had in a time slot like this, because when it came out, we were 2 weeks away from the launch of Season 2. We're obviously less than 2 weeks away now, and typically in that final update, Epic doesn't really do anything to change the game up that much, and it's kind of frustrating because this is a time period where like the community is usually pretty burnt out, the game is pretty stale, and any sort of change for those final few, days would be very much appreciated, especially with a season like this that has been like very long and even had a delay happen. If we had gotten like the big bush bomb added back, which is something that has come back several times in that final update, or like they would unvolt shield bubble juniors in seasons that didn't have that. I think the med myth even came back once. Like those are items that like maybe have their uses, but they don't like change the game very much, and it doesn't make it feel any more fresh or any more exciting to play in those final few days. But I think this update, vaulting the Deadeye AR, which was, kind of the main medium to long range option the entire season, just vaulting that weapon alone does a lot to freshen up the game. But we also got, some OG weapons added back. I don't think either of them are that significant, but they're not that terrible either. Like, I know the Scar has kind of became a meme and people hate on it at this point, but it actually got buffed pretty significantly in this week's update. It's not what I'd prefer to use. I think the Flex is just the best choice for that slot. But the Scar can compete. I think like just as fresh is how I would describe it. I don't know if this would be the best version of Fortnite to exist for, an entire season, but it doesn't need to be good for an entire season. It's 2 weeks long. So I think just change and like freshness for the sake of freshness for these final weeks is a huge improvement over what we typically get, where the final updates don't really do anything. And we had already kind of known from Ted Timmons kind of posting about things, who is the head of Battle Royale, that the Season 2 loot pool would be changing pretty significantly compared to Season 1. And so I think vaulting the Deadeye now, if it was going to go anyways, which I assume it would be, vaulting it now and having us get used to it now rather than day one of a new season and everyone kind of like hating the new season just because that change happened, I think is also like a very smart decision. So I think this update was incredibly good for those reasons. Like it's just a vast improvement over unvaulting Med Mist. At this point in time, I think the Flex SMG is just the best spray weapon. It was already very good, but when you were using it, you did kind of have to worry about the fact that you were at a significant disadvantage in medium to long range. You still kind of are versus things like the Enforcer AR. But yeah, that threat isn't there as much anymore. And that makes this setup is incredibly good if you are like good enough at the game to play aggressive. Like having Fizz Shocks and having this like dominant close range fighting setup in a meta that has kind of shifted more towards kind of close and medium range is very, very good. We can just do this, I guess. Normally I wouldn't, but it's all good. Probably gonna go up to this hill now, I guess. I don't really care for Battlewood. It's not a place I enjoy being. I don't really see anything in this POI. There's like signs of life, but nothing recent. Like I don't see any people right this second. I was hoping to see if there was a boss on this hill, because if Bigfoot was up here and I could get the Mythic Flex, that would be incredible. And this is one of the locations where a boss can spawn. And I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like I always end up finding Bigfoot up here. My aim is terrible. Okay, I feel like having this bush on me kind of trolled. I feel like I was having a hard time seeing him because of it. When he like shockwaved away there. He's dead though. Or maybe not. I want this kill. Invested too much into it already. And he's dead. But I feel like that kill just kind of goes to show how insane the flex can be. Like, that's a pretty long range shot there. And I have no problem consistently hitting shots on him. Like, the bloom on this weapon is not a big deal at all. Somebody just ziplined up there and then ziplined again. I think it might be a bot. Because sometimes the bots just get stuck ziplining up over and over again. Either way, I despise fighting people in those, like, underground areas. I don't really want to deal with that. Probably going to make my way to the gas station now. Because that's an area where there's typically people. That's what I was going to do if that guy didn't pull up. I was going to, like, check that mountain and then go down towards the gas station. But then that guy existed. Is there shocks here? Oh no, it's a jetpack. He's shooting here. No one died in the kill feed, but the shot stopped, so I don't really... Okay, that's probably why. This thing's also incredibly good against cars, but that's like... It's not good against cars like this. I don't want them to be like on me before I've damaged the car. Because what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to like... empty my entire mag just to blow the car up, and then I'm not going to have ammo for when he's like on me after I destroy it. I don't know if he knows I'm here. I want this guy gone. An absolute psycho, just trying to run people over. The other car's up there. But like hypothetically, if a car was like right here driving at me, I'd be happy for that to happen because I can spray it a good amount, reload, and then have my ammo ready to go to blow up the car and have some in the mag to kill the player after I destroy it. But I don't want to blow the car up with no ammo in my SMG. Because even with the like damage you get on the player by blowing it up, it still makes things a bit awkward if you don't one pump them. That's a bot. Probably go to lethal now. I don't know what happened to the other car that drove up the hill. We can just rift over there, I guess. I was gonna fizz shock. Ouch. Buy heals real quick. But yeah, I don't know what happened to that other car. I think they drove up the hill or something. Maybe they drove that way. I don't remember. Either way, I don't see them, so I'll probably just go to lethal. Because this is an area where there's typically enemy players. There's a car here. Oh, this is sad. I dislike games like this. I have to go back to where I just came from. And I was already over there, like, getting kills and stuff, and I didn't get third-partied afterwards, so I think that area is mostly clear. But also, I don't like hanging out in the storm, so... I don't know if I can hold more shocks. I think I might be full. Okay. Might be somebody in this house, though. With all this loot in the field. But at this point in the game, it can be hard to know. Like, those fights were probably so long ago. This is an AI. I didn't want him to destroy my car. Like, damage it. Someone's rifted. I think I might try to get on this mountain here. That's an AI as well. That's so trollman. I just want to get up here in case a rifter lands here. And this is like a decent spot to be for this zone. And check all these bushes real quick. I dislike fighting on this roof over here so much. Every time I do, it's like the most awkward fight. There's somebody. Don't know if they're real or not, though. They are. I got damage on him, but not as much as I would have liked. GG's. Like a weird push there, but I don't want to keep fighting this guy while he's in a bush and I'm on the hill, especially with this being a, like, this hill I expect to be a hot area. Oh, it was. If I continue to just sit up there with my back turned, I think I'm eventually going to get caught off guard. And so I'd rather just take like the 80 damage I got on him and hopefully catch him off guard with the shock. And that's what happened. And then this player got punished for the exact thing I was worried about just like chilling on this hill. I wanted to take the fizz grenade and use it, but it's so much loot over there, it's awkward. Again, I just want to check this area. Like, if you're here, I feel like this place is always like kind of third-party central, but especially with a zone like this where it's going to be on edge, you need to be always kind of just concerned about the third parties. There's like so many ways up it and you can't really see them all at once. And we're getting locked on. It's from the balloon. He's like on it. I don't think he'll drop down though. He should, because it's about to go at his own. I almost just ruined myself. Just shock up. I have the fizz. And so we're going to go really high off that. He has self-res, so... This car is so troll, man. I just want a fizz grenade and then do the same thing again. GG's, man. But yeah, I don't think the lock-on AR is a good gun at all for actually fighting. It melted me there because I didn't really know where he was. It caught me off guard and he got good damage in that time. But after I heal up and I can fizz shock and just fry him with the flex, I'm like very certain that's a kill I can get. I'm like, that's a fight I'm very happy taking. And you saw the second time we engaged, I 250 to 0'd him, and I don't think I took any damage in return. He should have jumped off and pushed me, because his balloon was going to be going on his own anyways. Like, the time he had to use that balloon to his advantage was running out anyway, so he might as well get off a bit early and then pressure the damage he got and get me out of the game rather than just sitting up there. Because I don't know what he was going to do eventually anyways, you know? This car should be weak. This guy was just shooting it. I think this one is probably the better player, but I could be wrong. Bad. This person, okay. I was gonna say they should be weak. It's the same one that just got the kill. If it wasn't this skin, I would have just kept backing up. Because if somebody had shot me in the back and then somebody was over there shooting. And I thought the weak player was the one over there and that this person was going to be healthy. But when I shockwave on that fight, the fact that I fizz shocked made them get like no audio on me. 100 damage, nice. It's a 1v1. He's can't play really, like, yeah. So I thought he was either going to be on that roof or like shockwaving to me. And so I shockwaved here to kind of like have this lip as cover. That's why I like immediately went to that area. And then I got 150 damage on him. And then at that point, he's just not able to play the game in the sense that like I have so much damage on him and I'm not going to let that pressure go away, that there's just nothing he can do. But that is going to be it for this video. I think if you're really struggling on this update, like playing aggressive with the pump and the flex SMG and shockwaves and fizz is the ideal way to play the game right now. In the past, you would be kind of lacking long range and that would maybe be a problem. But there's so many shockwaves on this map and the long range options, they're there, like the Enforcer AR maybe, but it's just not very good. And so the dominance that you have in close range, I think will affect most fights. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.